Welcome to the Lift and Glow Fitness Podcast, the health and fitness podcast for women who want to look great and feel great for good. Whether your goal is to lose weight, build muscle, or you just want to be the healthiest version of yourself, the advice that we share here is going to help you do that by building habits that stick without sucking the fun out of your life. Before we get stuck in today's episode, please make sure to hit subscribe so that you don't miss any future episodes from us. So one thing that's going to be very popular at this time of year is going out and drinking alcohol because we're in the festivities. Everyone's got social... I don't know why it's on that sweet. We've got loads of social stuff. So like work nights out, family nights out, date nights. And there's just alcohol everywhere anyway. I feel like people start drinking through the week more and stuff as well. Yeah. And so I thought it would be a good thing to talk about and we can share some tips for how to handle alcohol. Not just at this time of year, but like all year round. Yeah. So what would you say to someone who drinks alcohol regularly, but also has a weight loss goal?
I would say you've got to sacrifice something in terms of that, but like pick the nights that you want to drink. Don't be thinking that you can drink every night of the week, or you've got to cut back a bit, haven't you? Mm-hmm, You're not going to cut it out altogether, but you've got to factor it into your overall calorie goal. Yeah, and if it fits, it fits.
Yeah.
It's not about sacrifice, it's about compromise.
Yeah, compromise.
I like
That's a better
one.
word, yeah.
Because you're not getting rid of it completely. No. You're just letting it fit into your life, but still being healthy. Like you can't be going out every single night and expecting, oh yeah, I'm gonna lose weight, because it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I find like we get a lot of clients where they're in the routine of drinking every day. And like sometimes we have clients, so like we've got clients who've been members of the gym for a long time who slip back into that all the time. Yeah. And it's because of their partner or like people around them and stuff. And like realistically, we have to accept that alcohol is not healthy. Like no amount of alcohol is actually healthy. It is toxic for us. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that we can't ever have it. No. It is about, like you said, it's about compromise. So if you're drinking alcohol every day, then you need to accept that you're going to be getting a lot of calories from that. And also you're affecting your ability to actually adhere to healthy habits because alcohol just makes everything harder.
Yeah.
So like, I know yous will be the same, but I think one day a week is realistic.
Yeah.
And, you know, we can't feel sorry for ourselves if we could only have a couple of glasses of wine on one night a week, because it's, at the end of the day, it's something that's not healthy and it's going to stand in the way, especially if you're trying to lose weight. It's going to stand in the way.
So many people drink things and don't realise how many calories are actually in them now. Like what we've spoke about liquid calories, like how many times people like forget about it.
Yeah.
And it actually is probably contains the most calories.
Yeah. It's so easy to consume.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the people who we'll start working with, they love wine. I feel like women love wine.
Really,
and they're like, oh, I'll have a bottle of wine on like a Thursday night and then I'll have a couple of bottles on a Saturday. I'm like, oh, so that's like 1,800 calories in the week of wine. Like I remember once I had an online client who she did amazing. We no longer work together, but she got such good results. And the main thing that we changed was alcohol, because she loved rosé. And on like a Saturday night, it wasn't just one bottle of wine, it was like 3 bottles, like 1,800 calories.
Wow.
I'm like, that's your whole day of calories in alcohol. And she loved it, but it was like something we had to first go to alcohol every other day, and then it was like 2 days, and then it was like, right, 1 day a week is reasonable.
Yeah.
Or like if you're going to drink on a second day, we need to be choosing the low calorie things and not going head first into another bottle of wine. Because it really does add up. Like even I love an Aperol Spritz. I know by the time I've had 2 Aperol Spritzes, I'm looking at like 600 calories.
Yeah.
Full bottle of wine. I used to nail a full bottle of wine before I went out. 600 calories. Yeah. Whereas I can have 10 single vodkas and some and tonic for 600 calories.
Yes. And it actually does help the hangover a little bit.
Yes.
You do feel a little, you don't feel as bangy heady.
No.
The next day with wine. Wine's the worst.
Yeah, well, it is. And I always say, like, you're not just helping calories, you are also saving yourself like that hangover the next day.
Yeah. And then obviously hunger, the munchies.
Yeah.
On the way home.
Yeah.
And the next day as well. It's the behaviour around it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I know myself, if I have a drink, I will be hungrier.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll want chips and cheese on the way home.
Yeah.
Or a Mackey's.
And
then
the common sense goes out the window, doesn't it?
You're
the
not
next day I'm like, oh, really?
Your tummy's just talking to you. I actually have to have this like mentality of I'm not getting a takeaway. And I used to be, every night ended in a takeaway for me all the time.
Yeah.
It would either end in Chinatown or the lemon and lime. All the Mackies.
No.
Like it was all those Mackies, lemon and lime, or Chinatown.
Cheese and chips with barbecue sauce from the lemon and lime.
Barbecue sauce. Why are people so obsessed with barbecue sauce?
love
It really
barbecue.
is getting on my nerves.
Do you
now.
not like barbecue sauce?
My biggest, mine and Fran's biggest pet hate is people who have
You don't like barbecue
base
sauce?
pizza. I think it's fucking
That is the best.
Stop
Don't
it.
even get
I
me
feel like
started.
I'm living
Unless you're in Italy and you're getting like obviously a tomato based pizza, that's fine.
So
but
if you were getting a Domino's, you would order a barbecue based pizza.
yeah, me too,
Fuck
all
off.
the way.
No,
It is.
I
feel like a lot of people are going to agree
No,
with me.
no, but the more literally every day I'm coming across someone else who loves a barbecue base, and
How
I
do you
think
not like that?
I like them. I don't always
I would
get
never
it.
dream.
I would
of
never get a
ordering
Domino's
barbecue
pizza.
Have you
base.
tried it?
Tomato on it?
It's
Yeah,
really nice.
I've tried it,
Yeah.
but I would never dream of ordering it. It's not-
Really?
yeah, I think it's embarrassing.
You're so judgmental,
It's
Hayley.
offensive. It's a pizza. Like, why would you ruin pizza? Pizza's amazing as it is. It's perfect. Even shit pizza is good to eat.
Yeah.
You don't need to barbecue
I'm
it.
saying if it's from like Domino's or you're getting an Asda pizza, it would be barbecue based. If it was like, you're going to an Italian restaurant
Yeah.
or like somewhere, I would obviously
Always
they wouldn't
get
even do
Italian.
barbecue based.
No, even Domino's, I'm staying strong and me tomato. I'm a tomato gal.
Shite.
Anyway, so no, barbecue sauce on chips and cheese is not something that I would choose, but maybe garlic mayo. No?
No, I'd go
not a-
barbecue.
no.
Would you?
Over garlic mayo, yeah.
Well, anyway, besides the point, I was always, every single night ended with some sort of food, like
Yeah.
Chinatown, lemon and lime, or Mackey's. It was always the way. And then I just had to like say to myself at one point, I was like, the answer to a takeaway is always no. The answer to food on the way home is always no. So I had to like stop being the person who was like, let's go and get food now. Or like, I just have to walk past the lemon and lime, like not getting anything. And
Yeah.
I feel like that was a hard habit to break, but that's all it was.
Yeah.
It was just, I was in the routine of every time I have a drink, that's what I need. I mean, don't get me wrong, every now and again, I might do, but it's not like
Yeah.
It's
the
not an
norm
every
anymore.
weekend thing.
I get stuff in now though, because I know that like I'll probably be hungry, but I'll have stuff at home
For
rather
when you
than
get in.
going. Yeah.
Ah, look
So if I am like, because I know what you know your own behaviour, don't you?
Yeah.
To stop me getting like chippy and stuff.
Yeah.
But that was a hard habit to break for me, but I don't do it now.
No.
So yeah.
I feel like by the
You
time I've
can
got
do it,
home,
yeah.
I feel like by the time I've got home, I'm over it. But,
Yeah.
But the whole point of us saying this is that like when you drink alcohol, your appetite increases.
it's like the domino effect, isn't it? It's,
So
yeah.
even though you've consumed more calories in alcohol, that alcohol is actually making you more hungry. So you end up doubling up on calories by eating more food
it's
as well.
the night of and the next day,
Well,
isn't it?
exactly. That's what I was going to say. The next day, you're more than likely going to get a pizza, you're going to get a chippy or something like that.
Yeah.
Or a Mackey's. So why do it in the night when
Yeah.
you're not even going to remember doing it? Like, and you're going to do it again the next day.
Yeah.
So that's like
Well,
two
I
in the
feel
same
like
day.
I feel like that's my mentality now, is that like I know tomorrow I'll get the
You'll
food
enjoy
that
it.
I
Yeah.
need to get, and I'll actually enjoy it.
You'll enjoy that tomato-based pizza.
Yeah, I had a Domino's after the Lipton Glow party.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you?
I knew I was going to have it. It's the only thing I ate all day. Just got a large Domino's pizza and picked at it all day. It was fucking
I know.
heaven.
You know what though? Michael always says it lasts so much longer than
Does.
getting a Mackey's.
Does.
It's like an investment.
An investment.
You've got it for the whole day.
I like that mentality. I like Michael's thinking. Pizza is an investment. Yeah, so I think, what would, obviously we know alcohol can affect our health, but it can be enjoyed as part of
Yeah.
a balanced lifestyle. I think 1 day a week is reasonable for most people. And I think, like I even say to clients, in the run up to Christmas, if you've got more social occasions, maybe push that to 2 days a week. But one of them, you're really going to pull back and just have a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
And the other ones, you might go a little bit, have a bit more. But you just got to kind of try and balance it out. If you're going to be drinking alcohol on this day, it's sensible to not have your snacks that day.
Yeah.
So maybe don't have your daily indulgence, don't have your chocolate, don't have your crisps. You could even go a little bit lower carb with your breakfast and your lunch.
That's what
to
I say.
allow for those
Few
extra
more.
calories. But it has to, like, if you want to have, at the end of the day, it's like a luxury, it's an indulgence to have alcohol. So if you want to have it, we need to try and make sacrifices or compromises elsewhere in the day or the week. So that would be like the first thing that I would say is like actually look at the week as a whole. So if you're going for a big night out on Saturday, what can you tweak throughout the week to allow for those extra calories? And I don't mean like missing meals and going out without a tea.
No.
I mean like maybe not having your chocolate or reducing your carbs on a couple of meals, but still go out fueled, still go out feeling good.
Yeah.
Low calorie drinks, obviously choosing low calorie drinks.
Yeah.
What is out of interest, your favourite ever drink?
Mine's an Aperol, like, or a limoncello spritz.
Do you know what? I feel like Aperol is very
It's an acquired taste, isn't it?
It looks sweet.
I've tried it and I'm always disappointed.
See, like a few of the girls, they'll get it with lemonade, but I just don't think. I think that's too sweet. I think like soda water. No, I do. You like gin?
Is that your actual favourite drink though?
I used to. But
gin, yeah, probably.
Is
I'm
it?
not actually a massive like alcohol fan, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I drink when I go out. I don't drink in the house. Very, very rarely will I ever drink in the house. But if I'm out, I know that if I drink wine, I'm on a slippery slope.
Yeah.
So I try not to start wine. It's like the Lift and Glow party, I didn't touch wine.
Yeah.
Like the girls, I like Kim and that world, they got a bottle, I think, no, Sarah.
There's a few people drinking wine.
Yeah, they got a bottle of wine. And I was like, no, I'm going to get gin. Because I just knew. But then the week before, I drank wine all the time. I was out and I felt like dog rough the next day.
It's the hangover for wine for me.
I can't deal with it.
You feel like a sloppy drunk as well, do
That's what it
It's
is.
like
It
can't
gets me
keep your head up.
Yeah.
I think
so hammered.
I love a pint.
I love a pint.
I don't like beer.
I starting the night off with a pint. Like,
absolutely love a pint.
Or two halves.
Yeah. If you're a lady.
Yeah.
If you're in a nice little outfit.
Yeah. That's another thing I've never liked, but I'm made up.
Love
No,
beer.
I'm
glad
really
I don't
beer.
like it.
I think less so in the winter, but if it's a sunny day, that pint of beer. Or if I'm on holiday, I'll drink pints of Mythos all day. Like get the litre ones.
That's the best one.
Unreal Mythos.
Yeah.
I always think it looks dead refreshing.
It's just...
And then I'll go, I'll have a little try. And I'm like, oh.
I know what you mean.
And
I
just
feel
having again, it's not for everyone,
just
but
not for
maybe
me.
if you had like the right one.
Yeah.
Get a Mythos when you're
Maybe.
next in Greece.
Yeah, Mythos is...
It's really
so
nice.
Yeah. But so say like if obviously I love an Aperol Spritz, I love a pint. If I was gonna have like, say if I'm just going to the pub, me and Fran know we're only gonna have one or two drinks, I'd probably have what I wanted. Do you know what I mean? And like balance it out in the day. If I know it's only gonna be 2 drinks, then I'll have 2 Aperol Spritzes and I'll accept that was more calories than a couple of gins. But
out for
I'm
the
there
night.
for this enjoyable drink with Fran. If I'm out for the night, so for the Lift and Glow party, there was no Aperol. It was straight onto the vodka because I was like,
that was my thinking.
that was a more sensible.
I'm having more of it.
Yeah, there's going to be, I don't know, girls, I don't know how
Multiple
many drinks.
But if I was just
15?
going out for 1 or 2, I'd have like a margarita or something. I love like, that's my
That's
little,
it, because,
that's my
and then that's
fave.
your indulgence for the day, isn't it? Like I wouldn't have chocolate, I'd have that pint.
But I wouldn't like have 10 margaritas and a night out. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, because then that's going to add up quickly. But yeah, I think on Saturday, at one point I had a line of 4 full drinks next to my bag. And I was like, oh. No wonder I was vomiting. But no, so I think like just looking at what type of night it is and then making your decisions based off that as well. Because there's like quite a lot of the girls who I coach where at first, they're like, oh, I had a girls' night. I'm like, well, what did you have? And they're like, oh, well, I had 2 pina coladas and then I had a porn star. And I'm like, well, this is where we went wrong. Have one of your porn star martinis and then, so like have one of what you really want. Because I do feel like it's not about restriction. It is about like, you do need those little bits of pleasure. But have one of what you really want and then move on to the sensible choice. Because overall, I feel like we have to see alcohol as a snack instead of a drink.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of calories that are in it.
Yeah.
So the hangover, obviously you've already mentioned we'll get a takeout or whatever. What else would you do to manage a hangover?
I buy food in advance again. I know what sort of stuff. I'll try and have stuff in the house.
Even
Drink
just get like a
water.
Marxie's pizza, which is like 600 calories, and then you can enjoy that and you still feel like you're indulgent.
Yeah. It is hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're hungover, it is hard.
I feel like I can go out the window, but you just need to remember if you are going to choose like, your greasier food on that Sunday, just to make sure on the Monday, you're getting straight back into it and you're not just like letting it fall into Wednesday because it's so easy to do.
Yeah. It's bouncing back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if you this is like a lot of the problem is, say if you go out Saturday and you go mad and then you're hungover on Sunday, and then that means you don't get your food shopping, and then you haven't got your food shopping, so on Monday you get a Mackey's for lunch, and then you skip the gym because you've had a Mackey's for lunch, and then Tuesday you wake up feeling like shit, and then before you know it, it's Wednesday. You haven't ate a healthy meal all week, your sleep's still shit, you haven't been to the gym, and you feel like crap. It's because you've just give yourself too long to get back to it. It's okay to have like a blowout. It's okay to have a hangover or whatever, or a lazy day, but then once it hits Monday,
go back to it.
Go back. You need to bounce back quickly. Go to the gym even though it feels hard.
I know.
Get out of bed even though it feels hard.
That's the worst.
And do the food shop. I think doing the food shop before the night out, so like doing it on the Friday or the Saturday,
I get it delivered on the day,
changes the game. It's like having food in is just it's just going to help you make better decisions, isn't it, than having a bare fridge.
Otherwise you're only going to go for a takeaway, aren't you? You're just going to go and like see what you can get delivered.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, I'm not leaving the house. What can Uber bring me right now? So in terms of like alcohol, other than the calories, why does it stop us from being able to lose weight? Why does it get in the way?
I find with a lot of the women that I coach who are sort of 40 plus women as well, it has a massive knock-on effect with like menopause symptoms as well. And then that then increases the likelihood of them not adhering to any sort of, the healthy habits they're trying to build, adherence becomes much more difficult. Because it'll impact the sleep a lot. So that's definitely like alcohol is, even if it's just a couple of glasses in the night, you don't sleep the same, do you?
No, don't you find as well that age group have a higher tendency
they drink more frequently, Not everyone, but it's more common. And I think at that point as well, a lot of people have reached senior positions or they've got their own businesses, they're in stressful positions, and that's just their go-to.
To unwind.
It's their like,
and I've had that a lot of times, like people are like, oh, just have one at the end of the day just to relax me or just to help me get to sleep, and I'm like, it's actually affecting your sleep in a really negative way. That is the main, I would say sleep is the main reason why I say to people, don't drink alcohol every day and try not to drink alcohol back to back, because like the impact of, if you have even just one drink, 2 drinks, the quality of sleep that you have that night, even though it might be easy to fall asleep, and even though you might feel like you slept all the way through, you don't reach.
You don't have restorative sleep, do you?
Yeah,
and you feel groggy the next day.
You feel groggy, and then if you feel groggy, it's going to affect your appetite. It's going to affect your energy levels. It's going to affect your decision making. You know, even if I had 1 glass of wine last night, I would have been like, where's the crisps? I know that would have affected
just
me today.
Just makes adherence so much more difficult,
It makes life harder.
Even in the gym, you don't feel like pushing yourself as hard. Like if I had 1 or 2, which I never would. I don't drink through the week, but if I did drink through the week, like on a Sunday, if I'm going to the match and say if I had 1 or 2 the next day, there's no way I'm pushing through the gym as much as I normally would.
You're not going to get the most out of your workout.
No.
You've made the effort to get to the gym and take that workout off, but you can't give it 100%.
That's what I think in my head. I think, oh, Mia, I'm doing it. Like, that's all that matters. I'm not thinking how I would like on a normal day, being like, right, getting these weights. Like, I'd always go a little bit lighter, but I'd be like, I'm Mia.
You go a little bit easier on yourself. Yeah. So it definitely affects sleep. It definitely then affects your ability to stick to your nutrition, go for your walk, like your energy levels in the gym. I just feel like it, for so many reasons, it can hold you back. And like, obviously if the goal is fat loss and you're somebody who drinks a lot, it's just a sense, it's like, say we work with a chocoholic and that somebody can't stop eating chocolate after breakfast, lunch and dinner. We're going to say, can we rein this in? Can we cut it back? Can we maybe do that every other day, or can we skip, and just have 1 bit each day? It's like everybody's got their own little thing, and we have to make little sacrifices if we're trying to achieve something that we're not currently achieving.
Yeah.
Do we have a little hangover tip? Diurolite or hydration, like electrolytes. So after you do a long run, and you have electrolytes, if you have one of them on a hangover, it helps with the hangover. Diurolite's the same.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's electrolytes.
Gonna buy that tonight.
So it's like a hydration.
I'm ready for Sunday.
You're out every week, aren't you?
Every weekend in November, yeah.
It's December this
I know,
weekend.
but I've had every weekend since the 26th of October.
Oh my
I know.
gosh.
It's been a long week, but I have enjoyed myself though.
I just can't do that. It really, really does write me off. It just makes me useless.
That's why you've just got to
keep going.
keep going. That's why you don't stop.
Are you the same all the way up until Christmas?
Well, I thought that I had a weekend off next week, and I was like, this is the last weekend. Like, can't wait for Chic, and then that's it. And then I realised it's the Derby next weekend.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
I'm going to see the Lightning Seeds.
Oh, so
Yeah,
busy,
so
busy.
busy.
Before we actually finish, what are the lowest calorie drinks? So if someone's going to go out, someone wants to enjoy alcohol, but do it in a mindful, calorie-controlled way, what would you say to order?
Light spirits, diet mixes, soda waters,
Gin and slim.
Yeah.
little cordial,
Yeah.
or gin and tonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always say singles instead of doubles.
Yeah, I
Didn't
do.
follow that rule on Saturday.
No, I don't always
You gotta
follow.
be honest.
You know what?
But
I
I'm
did.
once in a blue moon. So this is what I say to my clients. If you're someone who goes out once a month, ignore all the advice, because there's no
Just
way
enjoy
you're
it.
gonna
Yeah.
there's no way you're gonna
Yeah.
like set yourself back all that
Yeah.
time. But if you do go out every week or multiple times a week, these are things that like you really need to be taken on board. Single spirits, so a single vodka or gin and a couple of other spirits with a diet drink is only 60 calories, between 60 and 65.
Yeah.
But if you have a double, it's 120.
Yeah.
And if you then have that double with full fat Coke, then obviously you're looking at another potentially 100 calories.
a meal.
It's yeah.
That is.
Yeah. And then, so say if like you're at shots as well, we have to remember there's calories in every shot.
No.
Tequila rose.
I know these things.
The answer to
come up.
shots is no.
If you've arrived at shots, so you're probably beyond like.
The answer for me
Rational.
is always no. But then when we were at the party, I
You
was like,
can't help
go
yourself.
on then.
Sometimes it's yes.
Sometimes it's yes. Yeah. So and then I always think if you become a singles girl and you say no to shots and you say no to the food on the way home, you've saved calories,
Yeah.
you've saved your hangover, and you've also saved some money.
Yeah.
So it's actually, sensible
Yeah.
thing to do. I would Prosecco 90 calories for a
Yeah,
glass.
Not bad.
Is it?
Yeah, 90 calories for a glass, which is okay.
It's not
Yeah.
bad.
No,
If you have 10 of them though,
Yeah.
900 calories.
Yeah, it's a lot then. Like.
Yeah. So I just compare everything to like, if I have 10 drinks, I'm going to use 600 calories on my single vodkas and some lime.
Yeah.
But if I have 10 Aperols, I'm looking at 3,000.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Bloody hell.
I know.
That's a lot.
I don't even know how much a pint is. 260,
I don't know what.
280, something like that.
I don't know.
So yeah,
You're probably around that actually.
yeah. And then I actually had like one amaretto and Coke, and I actually haven't looked at the calories for amaretto.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, Disaronno isn't that
Isn't it?
high. No.
Is that like 80?
Was it a diet Coke? It is
It-
quite
it
low.
is diet, yeah.
So it is quite low to be
Because
fair.
that
So,
tastes like really sweet.
yeah,
and
it
nice,
tastes
doesn't
like it's gonna be, but no, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah. So I would say stick to singles, plan your hangover, maybe even prepare food for your hangover. So like
Yeah.
one of my clients the other day prepared herself like a big pasta bake for the hangover. And I was
Ooh.
like, I'd actually rather eat that than
Yeah.
a chippy.
I love pasta.
I need to start
And you
following
feel
my own
good the next
advice
day.
now, don't I?
know.
I've
know.
drunk 3 times in the last week.
I'm all right now.
And I'm out tomorrow. And then I'm
Oh,
out next
yeah.
Thursday.
Joe, I just don't know how you cope. I clearly don't have enough friends because that was my one night out and I'm done. Like, I
think
just
for me,
don't
though,
have enough people.
that's
who
probably
will.
Do you know, like
for
you
you.
were saying though, like I don't drink through the week, so I don't stress about it
Yeah.
because I'm like, I've got me habits are all right. Of,
You know
around
that you're
it.
balancing it well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
obviously, we're working with people every day who,
We're just
aren't.
working on doing that, aren't we?
yeah, or like it's just like alcohol is so much of this. It's people really struggle to say no to it.
I know. And there's the social pressure as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, when I started drinking less, so like when I used to work away, I always used to have a drink. And then when I started being like, oh no, I'm not drinking, it was like,
Yeah.
and then you've got to explain yourself
Yeah.
and then you end up getting your arm twisted. And I feel like that is part of the battle a lot of the time. Because
Yeah.
you could go out with really good intentions, like, not going to drink that much tonight. And then your mate's like, go ahead, like,
Yeah.
shall we have one of these? And then it's just so easy to get swept up
No
in.
one wants to be the boring one, do they?
No. But I think if you have goals or you're doing it for, I feel like if you've got a strong why, if you've got a strong reason for
Yeah.
anything, you'll make it happen.
Yeah.
You'll be strong in what you think. So enjoy your alcohol, but enjoy it in moderation.
Yep.
Enjoy it mindfully. and just know that alcohol is a snack and not free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a free for all.